American investors are probably 3 to 5 years trailing on not just NIO, but the Chinese EV revolution that is taking place. It's happening in China right now. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. First off, we're starting here. This is what inspired the video. This morning, in the video that I released July 1st, 2024, NIO came out with their new monthly delivery record. This is in the comment section. And I caught something. And so this was my response to someone is, I caught a great indicator this AM that I'll share in an upcoming video about how disconnected even high-level American traders are compared to Chinese EV players. Here it is. I'm just going to get right to it. This is someone, and this is the video, the thumbnail that he created. So he says, how I turned $600 into $7,000 with one trade again. So a little bit of a flex there with being a trader. Now, he has a channel. The one that I actually like to tune into is his daily stock. It's like daily stock market live daily. And he live streams. And he's over in the West Coast, gets up and talks basically live streams all day long. And I periodically will check in. But one of the things that I've decided is I like checking in on some of these folks with some of their channels so that I get a sense of how trailing they are. And here's a wonderful example. This guy owns a Cybertruck. He bought a Cybertruck and he was talking about it. And I was hoping he would actually talk about the actual vehicle itself so I could learn more about it. But he basically said people treat him and look at him, you know, like it's a Lambo or something like that. And so he actually doesn't like it because he prefers to remain a little anonymous and private, which I respect. I do like that. But I just thought it was interesting because he also has talked about how he sees Rivian all over, like on a daily basis. I believe he's in San Diego, California, I think. So anyway, this guy, obviously a trader, obviously, you know, fairly high level to be able to generate returns like this and do what he's doing. You know, congrats to him on that. But it was today in the morning when they were releasing the data on the Chinese EVs, the monthly data, and he was blown away. He didn't believe it. He made a comment talking about, well, that can't be right. Those numbers are too good. And I just thought, wow, ding, 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 we have a winner. This is how far disconnected somebody who owns a Cybertruck, somebody who sees Rivian daily and likes the stock and the company in part because of that, has no clue about how competitive, how good the Chinese EV market is. So how do we, you know, guesstimate this time frame and how much of a lag there is? Well, this also happened same day today, and this is the evening as I record this. So I'm going to let this thing play tonight and into the morning, at least for a while. July 2nd, I'll come out with insurance registration data after the fact a little bit later. But this guy, I don't know who he is exactly. I'm assuming he's American. I do presume that he's an Elon pumper or a Tesla pumper or both, because that's what I've seen him sort of associated with. And he pops up in my Twitter feed, Twixter feed, whatever, pretty frequently. And shout out David, because David had me cracking up with his comment. He was just like, when this guy posted this, apparently dude doesn't realize this is a NIO. NIO has been partnered with Mobileye providing autonomous driving vehicles for years. This is not a new thing. So for me to see, wow, you know, these pumpers who think that Tesla is the best thing since sliced bread and that's all there is. And I think that's the issue, because if you're a Tesla bull, that's one thing, but it's quite another to be completely disconnected from the reality that there are other legitimate players. And they're not even, in the case of NIO, they haven't even yet started selling the vehicle that is targeting Tesla. That's coming in September. So I'm just kind of sitting back and I watch all this stuff, and yes, I got some entertainment, was laughing about this, but it also makes me question, you know, how far ahead am I? And are we 3 to 5 years early on this thing? It's a fair question. Here's the other thing. And this is actually a little embarrassing for these industry, quote unquote, professionals. And I'm talking about ARK Invest. I'm sorry, no shade. I'm not trying to take shots, but Marcel Munch did this video and I commented in his video. I'm amazed that someone can be paid professionally to do something supposedly involving deep dive research and talk about robotaxi, but really not have any long-term answers or even short-term answers that are adequate. And so I did comment on the video that Marcel put out. I love that Jason also highlighted it. You know, is ARK completely, are they so bought into Tesla that they just can't look outside of I mean, is this their lens? That's the question I have. And I would like to hear from other people, because I've always liked when I see people who are long-term Tesla bulls, especially, who are also bullish on NIO, because what I didn't do, I wasn't involved with Tesla early. So they have had an experience and seen part of a journey that I have not. And so I respect their opinion. But when I see people who are apparently completely disconnected. And in the case of some of these folks, they're being paid professionally. And I don't know what kind of research they're doing. It's a fair question, at least in my mind. And maybe the level of deep dive due diligence research is different for some of us. That could be. I don't want to be arrogant and presume that I'm some high level guy. I do have OCD, so maybe I just dig further than other people based in part on that. I don't know. But this blew me away. And so my question is, what do you think? I think we're at least 3 to 5 years early on this thing. Does that mean the NIO stock price can't run? No, it doesn't mean that. We've seen it run at an earlier stage. And I do think profitability still matters for NIO. I got to come back with a video and talk separately about that. But I want to get this thing up and out. So I'm going to cut this thing short. I was really pleasantly surprised on the one hand to hear the guy, because Josh, I like him. I like his live stream. And obviously he can make money trading. He's heavily involved in the market and is clueless about NIO, the long-term prospects for NIO. So let me know your thoughts. I really want to hear from other people on this. And my apologies if I came off harsh or brutally honest in seeming to be negative about, people or anything like that. That was not the intention. However, if somebody's being paid to do something and they're not doing it at a high level, that blows me away. I don't understand that. I can't fathom that. Anyway, I'm off on my tangent. I'm done cutting myself off. Have a great day. Have a great night. Actually, I'll release this in the evening, and I'll be back with more content very soon.